It's Lucky
Tuesday!
That's right. And I have finally received it. Okay? That's right. This is the PSA magazine that holds the most significant card to Chuck's collection. Right now, we have all of the straw hats in one scene on one card. All right, so we're definitely gonna open this up today so that we can decide if we're going to send it in the Beckett. I'm probably gonna send it in the Beckett anyway, just because I think it'd be funny to get a PSA event card graded at Beckett. See if I can't prop this. There is the PSA magazine for you all. And then we have I was about to start crying. We have it, the straw hat card that is probably going to change the world right here. All right, long awaited. Let's go ahead and pull it out of this little card saver there. And you know what we have to do now. Handy dandy. Without taking out the plastic. Here, let's go ahead and flip that right there. So we all can take a gander. Try and get this up against there smoothly as I can. Because we don't know if we should take this out or not and get it graded. Or maybe we could fold it back. There, let's try that. Fold it back here. Nah, still leaving a little gap. Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and open this. I mean, I have plans of keeping this, so let's go ahead and get it out. Toss that off to the side, and we have to check this. Oh my goodness, look at it. Out of the pack, so fresh. Ooh, the back is already off center. Oh my god. Look at the back. The back is definitely off center. Yeah. So we are not gonna submit this to Beckett just because I already know. But we are gonna sleeve it up and just keep it in the display case somewhere. All right. But for this app, sitting pretty right there. Okay, now let's get to some cards. Now, it's just beautiful to have my crew right there watching over me as we prepare for probably the biggest sub from your boy Chuck without the help of Mr. Valuable. This Houndour card here that we got from Collecticon, gorgeous. It is graded a 10. Now this is a backup plan, a fail-safe, okay? If the 10 cards that I have selected aren't up to snuff, we're gonna get it out of here and we're gonna crack that slab open and get that Houndour in there to see if it can be a blacklit. Now first up here we have Shanks. This Shanks card is from Wings of the Captain. We pull that here on the channel, of course. Now we're gonna have to get it undressed so that we can check the centering. Okay, for you, it's right on the line there. We're just gonna do some quick ones. This next one, also on the line there. Okay, go around to the other side. Also on the line. This 8th mark is hitting the line. And then here, if there were a red border line, I think that would hit. So for the most part, this Shanks card is centered. Now the back is probably going to be tougher because there's a gap between the 16th and where the border hits, and then the 8th mark. So it's kind of in between, just a little bit of a gap from the 1/16 though. All right, still a little bit of a gap. Okay, still a little bit of a gap, and still a little bit of a gap. So now this can be probably similar to our handy ball that we sent in. 9.5 on the centering, right, which we did in fact measure. So 9.5 at best. But now we have this gorgeous Blaziken card, trainer card. This is from Silver Tempest Trainer Gallery. Okay, now we haven't done any Pokemon cards, but we can learn today. Okay, there is a gap, much like the back of the One Piece card. All right, there is a gap there as well, and then there is a gap there as well. Ooh, we almost fumbled that. We caught it, you know what I'm saying? My football skills still intact. And there is a gap there. So, let's check the back before we, say we have some data on a Pokemon card. Well, that was on the line there. That one is also on the line there. This is also on the line there. And this is also on the line. So, now we know that Pokemon cards fall between 1/16, 1/8, and the back should line up with, was it the 8th? Let's double check that. Since we here, let's go ahead and go to the back here. Yes, the 8th. So your back border on English cards should hit that 8th mark if you are doing this method. Then we have Great Saiyaman, right? This is going in my Laugh at You collection. Yeah, because you know what type of time Gohan was on that series. Kind of crazy. Then we have some fantasy, right? It's going to go in the fantasy collection. SS4 Bardock, right? And we're not checking DBZ cards this year. So you're the Dragon. Submitted off the strength of our late, great Toriyama. So, another. Yes, I know my boy Vegeta is, taking damage here. But he's still my favorite. Okay? Don't care what you say. And then this gorgeous Android 18 helping her husband. Right? I'm trying to get me one of those. So I'm going to go ahead and submit this. Hopefully black label. Alright? Now, next we have this Hisuian Decidueye. Alright? This Hisuian Decidueye is from the Battle Region set. Okay? S9A. Just let you know that it is a subset. Now let's go ahead and kick things off. There is a gap. So far, that holds true for Japanese cards as well. There is a gap. Okay. So far, so good. We still have our gap, and we still have our gap at the top as well. So the front, well centered. Now the back, I think, will be tough to determine because there isn't an edge border like the English cards. Right? So this is still within the gold. This is still within the gold as well. Now this is going to be our test card for Pokemon Japanese variant. Okay. Put this back in our sleeve. So I think this card, the front, definitely centered. Now we just gotta wait and see what the back comes out to be. Now, I'm not mad at those two cards as test cards, especially that Blaziken card. I think that is a gorgeous card. And plus, Blaziken's my guy. Alright, so next we have this Rayleigh Silvers, right? And that is just on the edge of the red outline there. And then again we hit it just on the edge of that red outline. This is, it's pretty cool to see and just to know, right? And then I think here in between the feet here, we are centered in the front, right? And we did pull this on the channel. Okay, so we look at the back. It's got that gap. Okay. It's got that gap. Okay. And this also has that gap. And we do one more. Top here. And we have that gap. So I think that this also will be a 9.5 centering or 10, depending on the grader that day. That's really what I think it is. But next we have this Zoro card. Sorry, I done already stripped it down before even showing y'all. But this is one of the cards we bought at Collecticon. Ooh, this is gonna be tough to see over here. But we did find a little bit of the border there. Alright, it's right there on the edge of the green. I wouldn't say on the edge. You know, it's kind of in the green, not so much on the edge. Oof. That one's on the edge. It's not so much in the green like it was on the other side. But that one's hard to tell, really, because of all the artwork that is on that side. And then down here at the bottom. Alright. So, I think for the most part, this is well centered. Depending on where they put their ruler. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do the back. We have our gap. The top up, we have our gap. Okay. And we have our gap. Oh, we might have a Black Label Zoro card. Will Zoro be our first Straw Hat to be black labeled? Oh, I'm pretty pumped about that. Okay. And then lastly, we have this Ace card. This is from the starter deck, the Three Brothers. And if you couldn't tell already, fire. Alright. So here, this one's pretty easy because it's black, right? Well, actually, not easy. It'll be tough to tell. It'll blend in with our black mark. That one was on the edge there. Let's go ahead and take a look there. That one's on the edge as well. We'll go to this side, and this one is also on the edge. And then the bottom, you know, it'll be hard to tell, but I think it's there. So now we go to the back. Ooh, this is a leader card. So that's awesome, right? Could Ace be Black Label? Because we already have Mihawk, which is kind of dope. Zoro being my favorite, and then having his rival, his goal, as my Black Label, fueling him. So now we had our gap on all four sides of this Ace card. So this will be the biggest order that Chuck has ever done. Okay, 10 cards, 2 Beckett, expecting 8 Black Labels out of the 10. All right, I am gonna be on the edge of my seat the whole entire time. It's kind of crazy to think about, to potentially have 8 Black Labels come my way. I'm excited. No Mr. Valuable cards will be submitted this time, okay? One last time, go ahead and say what's up to the crew. They shining. And as always, I'm Good Luck Chuck. This is Luck Studios. They lucky, my friend.